So what you guys are looking at is the new sump under my 75-gallon reef tank. It's not the Korean sump anymore. That is downstairs. This is the new one. I mainly wanted to get to this one under my tank here because I wanted it to be more of an easier DIY for everybody in case you know, somebody wants to try and make one at home. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the previous ones that I've built, so I wanted to stay with that design, you know, so for future videos people can see it, you guys could see it, and you know, try to do one at home. So this is a deep blue 20 long fish tank that I've turned into the sump. I'm going to go over all the equipment that I'm using in it, and also with the new setup. And I haven't finished my Auto Top Off reservoir, which is going to be another fish tank. So for now, I'm using the old Reef Crystals bucket that I got about 2 years ago. So let's start from the left. So we're going to go with the drain. So my drain is the Herbie method. I have that valve right there for getting the perfect siphon. And as you can see, I just like to be super simple and hang the filter sock. I just put 2 holes in it and then put on a piece of paracord, and that's it. And get it to the height I want it to be at. The skimmer is the Bubble Magus Curve 5. This skimmer has been working pretty good so far, and I have not had any issues. I have recently upgraded the airline, as you can see here. The airline that I had going out was your basic 1/4 inch tubing, and it's probably like an 1/8 inch inside diameter, so I actually upsized it to 1/4 inch inside diameter and 3/8 OD. So it's definitely getting, you know, it's available to get more air. So the fresher the air, the better. So I did just clean the skimmer cup. It was pretty nasty, and I just wanted to show you guys how it works. It's, you know, I just cleaned it, and it's, you can see it's foaming real nice. It's real good. And then what I did is I took a John Geiss valve and I dipped the silicone hose. I dipped it in hot water, like really, really hot water, and stretched it around the valve. So when this gets, you know, too filled with water, say, or something, you know, if the skimmer goes bonkers, I don't have to take this off and drain it, and I don't have to pop a cap. I just open the valve and I pour it into a little cup, dump it in the sink, and we're good to go. You can see here, you know, I haven't cleaned this for probably going on 3 weeks now, so it's fairly clean. The heater that I'm using is an Aqueon Precision Pro heater, I think it's called. It's 250 watts. It's good for up to 90 gallons. My tank holds a total of 64 gallons, so that heater is sufficient. As you can see here, I have my basic bubble trap, but I did something a little different. Come on, Waffies, what are you doing? Waffs, get out of here. Go on, go. So, I did something a little different with my bubble trap. On the outlet edge, where it goes into the refugium section, I loaded it up with these Marine Pure spheres. I love the Marine Pure. Ever since I got the block from Travis, the tank, you know, cycled immediately, and you know, out of all the systems I've ever had, the coral is growing ridiculously good. Parameters, just everything's really good, and I'm gonna say that a lot of it has to do with that. There's the Marine Pure block in the back there. You can see it. I think it has a lot to do with the pre-cycled Marine Pure. That really helped jumpstart my system, so I wanted to add a lot more. And with these, it won't completely block the water flow. So I think there's like 42 of these spheres in here. So there's quite a bit in there. So now you can see the refugium section is no longer a refugium section. It is a section for the marine pure block, which I'm probably gonna let sit there for quite a while. I'll probably end up putting a new one in about a year when this over here is seated nicely. So this is the Skims CHAETO reactor. I forget the actual model number. Diver Down REEFER has done an unboxing video, and I'm going to leave the link to that video in this description so you guys can go check it out, how we put it together and what it comes with and all that stuff. But I like this little thing. I turned the light on so you guys can see what's going on in there. Got some CHAETO in there. It comes with the full spectrum light, which is one of the best rated CHAETO reactor lights. So here it is. Is that the, no, that's not the model number. So, and this is pretty much a plug and play reactor. It comes with the pump. It comes with everything except for the CHAETO, and it is a DC pump. Let's see if you guys can see that. There is the remote for it. It's a DC pump. Has a pause button on it for, I think it pauses for like 8 to 10 minutes in case you want to clean it out or something, and then you can control the speeds up and down. Right now it's, I forget what speed it's at, but it even tells you what the wattage is it's using. It's using 10 watts right now. So I thought that was, you know, I was looking at something like this instead of having a refugium and having just, I kind of wanted to keep things a little bit cleaner and keep things a little bit more contained, so that's why I went with the CHAETO reactor. And I was looking at one and trying to figure out which one I got, or which one I was going to get, and Diver Down actually said, hey, I was looking at getting this, and I'm like, you know, so we ended up getting two. So, and then you can see here, look at that accordion design I got there, by the way, guys. What do you think about that color? Can you see it? I think that's a pretty cool color. I was thinking about making one of my other sumps that was like, it was recently on here, like a full accordion sump with this design. That would be pretty spiffy with the matching ATO reservoir. Look at that color. It's like blue, white, gray, and a couple pieces of red here and there. So, but, and then of course my little overflow section goes to these pinky pads. I like to use this to catch any last minute debris that wants to make it through, you know, filter sock and then through the bubble trap and then, you know, past everything here. And sometimes a little piece of CHAETO will actually come out the outlet port, and this stuff pretty much polishes the water before it goes into the tank. The return pump I'm using is the J-Cod DCS 7000, I believe, and I have that currently at half power right now. So it's getting a real good flow to this tank and good turnover rate. I don't like to have my sump going crazy fast. I like to give the skimmer and the marine pure and the CHAETO reactor, I like to give it all a good amount of time to do its thing. I don't want the water to fly through the sump so fast. I know everybody thinks that you got to have 10 times the, you know, 10 times the hour of gallons per hour in your system, but I think I'd like to keep mine like less than 5 times, you know. So that's just my opinion, though. The reactor, the carbon reactor, is my little DIY whole house filter, my little $7 filter that I have over here with these unions. So when I do put new carbon in there, all I have to do is pop this union right here, put a little canister under it, bleed it out. It's good to go. And I have a lot of other room under there for anything else if I want to put something else in there, you know. I could double up on it if I, you know, on the carbon. Right now there's a thing of Purigen in there because I had an issue with a bad batch of DI resin. I think I've talked about putting that video out before. I'm not sure if I'm going to yet, but yeah, I had a bad batch of color changing DI resin. So anyway, back to what we have here in the back is the Jvj Auto Top Off. I use the 2-float system. The front float, you know, when it drops, it turns on the pump to fill it with fresh RO, and the one in the back that's upside down is actually the secondary switch. So if for some reason the float in the front doesn't work, the back one will shut it off so that it doesn't completely drain the 5-gallon bucket and fill the whole tank with RO water and throw my salinity way off. And also, I'm using 3/4 inch check valve. I don't believe in drilling a hole in my return line above the water line. I have to have a check valve. I'm a plumber. Check valves are a must in my book. Yeah, that's it, because I just, you know, gotta have a check valve. I don't want to empty my tank because my return line is actually like 2 inches below the water surface. So I'd probably suck out about 10-15 gallons before it hits that drilled line. So anyway, oh, and last but not least, the reactor pump is just a high door. I think it's 180 gallons per hour pump. That's that red one back there. I think I might end up putting in a T here and running a manifold over just to eliminate a plug. I think I'm probably going to do that in the near future, because once in a while this pump gets a little loud. It vibrates and I don't like it. So I think what I'm going to do is take that off, do the manifold thing. I'm not really a manifold type dude, you know. I can do it, it's no problem. I have all kinds of unions, you know, with the plumbing. So it'd be very easy to do, but so that'll probably be upcoming. And then, like I said, I'm probably going to get I think it's a 6.5 or 7 gallon 12 by 12 by 12 deep blue rimless tank. That's going to be my auto top off, and I'll probably make a matching lid for it, you know, just to stay with the DIY that I love to do so much. So there it is. That's the filtration that is running the tank. And you know, if you guys have any questions or comments, you know where to put those questions and comments. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.